What's up, y'all? It's JEWD Party Darty, and I'm here today with the lovely Amber from BB16.
Yay!
Hi.
Also, Dani from BB All Summer. How you ladies doing today?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Couldn't be any better, and even better seeing you beautiful, gorgeous ladies this early in the day. So couldn't be better. So how's it been since you've been out of the house, Amber? Like, is it crazy? Like, whenever you see the audience and everything, like.
It's been very quiet. Quiet, and I've enjoyed my time with my family. I felt like I get to see stars out here in the middle of nowhere, back in Tennessee.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been very quiet.
You didn't have to do the Dani star binoculars, right?
No, I was looking for Dani, though. I'm looking for Brittany. I was, like, waiting for my two. But, you know, hey, I'm hoping Dani isn't out anytime soon, and we can just wait for that whenever he's done and wins. So.
Yay.
Yeah. How surreal is it whenever you've been in that house all this time, you know, and then you go out into the audience and you see all these people. Whenever I seen them, I felt like I just kind of blacked out for a minute. You know, I was excited to see other people, don't get me wrong, but it's just so weird. You're just like looking around, you know, it's just like.
Yeah, I didn't feel there.
I know, it's just like, I feel like I didn't even know what I said to Julie. I feel like I just kind of blacked out and was just like.
Right.
Then I watched it and it kind of made sense what I said, so I wasn't too impressed. And you did really good. I just seen like your episode a couple of days ago, and you did good talking to Julie. You went out definitely with class and stuff, just like East Tennessean does.
Thank you.
We couldn't be more proud of you. Like I told you before, like my family, they're like, tell Amber we're so proud of her and stuff. She represented us well and stuff. So mad props to you for sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was kind of surreal. It was crazy walking out there because I wasn't also expecting it. So I kind of didn't feel there. Like I didn't, and I felt like I just wanted to walk out that door, you know, and not even have my 30 seconds to say goodbyes. But hey, I felt like I needed to say something instead of, you know, hugging everyone and in my 30 seconds that I had before I walked out the door. So I did.
Yeah. And you went out great. I thought you were gonna pull like a Caitlyn and just jet out, you know. But,
no, I think my thing too is I also, it was hard for me to hug everyone because I do care about everyone in the house, you know, and so I get very emotional. I didn't want to, like, you know, get upset before walking out the door, so it was nothing personal. I just had something to say instead, and you know, I wish everyone, you know, the best of luck, you know, that's left in the house.
Yeah, and that's awesome. You know, my first time going out, I had a similar thing. You know, I was a replacement nominee. You know, I went out in a double eviction. It was horrible, and I was refusing people's hugs. I was like, I don't want your hug. I don't want your
Right.
I don't think I went out with as much class as you did, but
right.
I got a second chance, so thank God, and hope you get a second chance. Maybe you're in sequester right now. Maybe no.
No.
Maybe in Knoxville. We've already talked, but
yeah, I wish.
What's your dream, you know? But
hey, you could dream. We're getting together after this, so we get to. I mean, hopefully that's a dream of yours come true.
Yeah, we're gonna watch.
Oh, trust me, Amber. It is. Trust me. The poor boy was so heartbroken last week he couldn't do the show because he couldn't bear to talk about you leaving.
Oh, sweet Judd.
Spencer took over. I was like, nah, I'm out this week. This is the e-cig, by the way. I know it looks a little shady, but it's an e-cig for.
I gotcha.
I'm trying not to smoke cigarettes anymore because I got my teeth bleached.
Good.
And so trying to keep them white.
Yes.
So. I was surprised there are no smokers this year.
I know. Donnie's a chewer, though.
He's almost out.
Huh?
We couldn't have dip or anything. In our rule book, it said no smokeless tobacco.
Well, Dani has it.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I guess we bitched and stuff about not getting to smoke so much and about nicotine patches and stuff because we'd wear those nicotine patches and I was like, these are stronger than the cigarettes I smoke. I was like, can I get an e-cig or something? And like, no, so it's probably our fault. Me, Jesse, Amanda, and McCrae, you know.
Yeah.
We ruined it.
Oh, look at you.
But it's better to not smoke anyways, you know. I'm trying to cut down to this, so hopefully in a couple months I won't even have this thing.
Yeah.
But
not good for you, and I hope that Dani sets up his dentist appointment that me and Brittany told him he needs to go to. He needs to get this teeth checked out too.
Yeah, for sure. And then like after I stopped smoking, you know, I noticed like I get a lot more energy when I run and stuff. So
right.
it does make a big difference. So I don't know.
Dad, you work out?
Huh?
You work out?
God, no. I like run and stuff like that, but I don't like hit the gym up and stuff. Like
Yeah, you don't hit the gym up. We're only like 30 minutes away. I think I can change that. We can get together and work out.
we'll gym it up then for sure.
All right, awesome.
We're definitely watching the live show soon, and
yes.
maybe going to I don't know if you know that birthday party. I got a text about it. Did you get a text about that?
Not yet.
I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
Yeah, but so anyways, let's get back to that crazy ass house. Like, how dirty is that house? Filthy, right?
Oh my, it is so dirty. And I don't know if it seemed even more dirty since I was one of the ones that cleaned the most.
It's a disaster, Amber, since you left. It's a disaster.
Really? I haven't been watching since I left, so I don't really know what that house looks like right now. That doesn't surprise me, though, so...
Yeah, like, I would see people clean for like 2 hours, and then it would be, you know, I told you this, it would be trash in like 10 minutes after they got done cleaning.
Right.
So it's like, I'm just going to wash my own dishes after getting and like wipe the mirrors and stuff like that. That's really all I did. I didn't ever like do any extensive cleaning, and like they even showed how dirty one of our rooms was like during our
I remember, yeah.
It was like the open room. It was the rock room this year. It was like it looked like a nest. Like that was where McCrae and Amanda nested up all the time.
Right. It is.
And that's what you can call it. That's a nice way to put it.
Nested up.
Yeah, like the rat's nest area. I hated. I didn't like sleeping in that room because you could hear everything in the kitchen and stuff. I couldn't sleep very well. I didn't sleep good in there anyways. And I heard you stayed up kind of like I did. You stayed up pretty
all the time.
Yeah, it's hard to sleep in there, huh?
It is, and I'm trying to get back on track here now at home. I mean, I just woke up too, so that was pretty tough. But yeah, I mean, the room I hated was this year the fire room. But I hated it because I couldn't see. I was always running into things, and I felt like
I started sleeping in that room whenever we had the Zing Butt thing. They gave us this little kid baggy thing. I don't know. It's just like little like dollar store toys. Little like finger flashlight, and it was just like red, like a little laser thing, and I would use that at night to find my bed.
We had the bracelets this year. I'd go around tapping my activity tracker.
Oh, did it light up?
Light up. Yeah, that's the only light I have in that room. But yeah, I hate that stuff.
Yeah, I wish we had those.
I know, they're awesome. I can't wait to get my back.
Oh yeah, so you'll get it back?
Mhm. They still track us, so I couldn't get mine.
They'll be tracking you for the rest of your life.
No.
Sell it on eBay. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I know.
I'm all about eBay, and people are like, "Stop selling your stuff on eBay, you piece of crap. Keep your memories." I'm like, "Yeah."
You still have your shirt?
Remember your brother's house by what? My bear shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wore it. I went to that event this past weekend.
Love it.
I told you I met Pow Pow at, and I wore it. We had a fan event where we had like a meet and greet and everything. So I wore it to that, and it's an awesome event. I hope you get to go next year. You should definitely go. It's Hearts of Reality. We went to Kids the World. It's in Celebration, Florida. And actually, I'll go ahead and plug this. We're still taking donations. So all y'all can go to heartsofreality.com and donate through that. You know, any amount helps, and it's a great charity, and you know, a great cause. So I was happy to be a part of it. I don't know. I hope to go back. You know, like St. Jude is my main charity, but this one, you know, I'd like to definitely be like my secondary charity that I could work with throughout the year, not just at a certain point. I would really like it, and I hope you get to experience it next year, Amber. I'm sure you will.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Yeah, it's a good time. You know, you get to meet a lot of fans and stuff. But going to the Give Kids the World thing is amazing. You know, good experience for sure. So, but I guess we'll get back to.
You can wear your bear shirt, and Amber can wear her bunny slippers.
Yeah. My
Yeah,
bunny
yeah,
slippers are in my donut onesie or bathing suit, all in one.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. We'll come representing.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with your bunny slippers. I think I found them online, and I'm still ordering them.
Are you? See, I just want them back. Hopefully I'll get them back. I've already contacted someone, like, I hopefully I can get them back. That's all I gotta say. So,
Yeah.
I was just like, those are missing. I put a missing poster up, and I think the whole world knows where they are and whose hands they're in.
Yeah.
So,
Let's start. I'm gonna start a campaign. Get Amber's slippers back.
yes, please. I love that.
Exactly. We need to get that hashtag trending.
Yes.
And you'll get your key and stuff back too. I got mine like behind me on the wall. This is in my
Oh,
living room. I don't know if you can
yeah.
see it good,
I
but
see that. My family made me a one of those. It's a big one with a Team Amber shirt, a little button. It has a picture of everyone and a place to put my key. So I can't
oh,
wait to add it in there.
Your
yeah,
family was so wonderful, Amber, while you were in the
Yeah,
house. They were great.
they're
yeah,
amazing. I'm so blessed to have a family like them. I love them so much.
yeah. They're awesome. I talk to them quite a bit, like on DMs and stuff on Twitter and stuff, and just really great people. You can tell where they're from. That's for sure.
Right.
And
I know. That's why, like, it's a win-win for me. Like, I'm home with them, or, if I stayed, I stayed, and if, not, I came back home to a wonderful family. So
yeah,
it's a
and also
win-win.
yeah, and take it as a compliment that you were backdoored. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you were that good of a player where they couldn't just put you on the block. They
Mm.
backdoored you because they're scared to death you'd win a veto because you would have won.
Right.
You told them like,
Exactly.
keep putting me up and I'll keep winning. So
Yeah, exactly. And I did that, and I feel very honored that they put me up for that reason. So.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
They got to backdoor us Tennessee folks.
I know they underestimate me, man.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I'm a very tough person.
I was blindsided. Then I was up as a replacement nominated the second time. But the second time we had a week left of the show, so it wasn't as bad. I was like, we're leaving in a week anyways, so
Right.
I want to win. Nobody wants to leave, but I kind of had
Mhm.
that feeling just by people not looking at me in the eye and stuff
Oh
that
my goodness, I know that feeling. I definitely got that treatment.
they're not the worst feeling. It's like just quit walking away every time we're talking and stuff. Like, oh, I have to go get this and that, and then you're
Mhm.
gone for 30 minutes. I'm like, I don't have it.
Yeah.
I
They
don't.
made it obvious, and that's one thing that got to me. I was like, because the prior week, like the week before, I was so close to Brittany, and they used that as an excuse to where my loyalty was in the house. But I felt for her because everyone was doing the same thing to her. And like Brittany and I even though we really didn't talk game, we had a friendship, and
Yeah,
I'm not about to let someone sit here upset or like, feel like the, lonely one in the house just because they're on the block. And
yeah,
I got that same feeling. So, I know how everyone feels when they're on the block now. And, but it was obvious though. I was questioning people, left and right, and I knew something was up. So, even if I did say, I even questioned, Derek. I was like, you and Dani are working together. You guys are all being, now being nice to me because I said something, and that, you're sending me home. Like I said all of this, and I felt like it was, about to happen, but I called him out on it while I was in the house. But when I was leaving the house, I did not want to blow up anyone's game because I do respect everyone in the house. So.
yeah, and that's a good way to look at it. And I can look at it on both sides because I do remember whenever I put Caitlin on the block, and I tried to put the target on her. They didn't show it on the show, but the feeders seen it. Like what happened when I was in solitary confinement. I told Amanda that I heard Caitlin saying she wanted Helen gone.
Right.
Amanda was the mouth, and it would get to Helen without me saying anything.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Caitlin was a bigger threat than Aaron because no one liked Aaron at that time. Like
Yeah.
he was a target. And
Right.
I felt so bad because I was like, you're going home, but she kept saying, all I want to know is if I'm going home, but I wasn't allowed to tell her, and I wanted to so bad. Like I asked
Mhm.
her to tell her, like, hey, you're going home on Thursday. I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
You
Well,
can't do it.
I loved, Amber, how you did not let them off the hook. You didn't just accept being on the block and being the
Right.
replacement nominee. And it was so unexpected and a pleasant surprise because you were so sweet and you're so quiet that it was great to see, you know, feisty Amber a little bit come out and give those boys the what for,
Right.
and you weren't going to accept it. And I love and respect the fact that you went down fighting.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, looking back on it, you know, people they were also telling me, you know, don't do this, just like be quiet all week. Like this, no, that wasn't going to happen because you're telling me these things for a reason. Like you're telling me, you know, just be happy, and you know, I've seen you tell other people that went home, so I know how you play the game. You know what I mean? So I felt like I just needed to keep my head out, you know, held high, and see what I can say or do to turn the house around. You know, I tried, and my target was now set on Caleb since I, you know, thought that he had put me in this position. Plus, he was hurting my game. So I thought that, you know, it was his turn to go, you know, not mine. And because he was hurting my game, and not just mine, but other people's in a way, you know, as well. So, you know, it didn't work out that way. I wish I was there another, you know, week to, you know, have maybe got HOH and, you know, put him up, and then, you know, send Frankie and Zach, you know, on their way as well. But it didn't work out that way. I'm back at home talking to, you know, you guys, which are, you know, it's lovely. I wish I didn't have to speak to you guys this soon, but it happened.
Oh, yeah. Likewise, you know,
Yeah.
I was hoping to talk to you in late September, but...
Right.
Well, trust me, we would love to have seen you get HOH and
Yes.
put him
Turn
up.
that around.
Oh, talk about a storyline. That would have been one of the seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have...
September was coming out last week, so...
Yeah, I was definitely like wanting like you and Dani, or even like you and Hayden, like somebody to shake things up. I'm tired of like the same people going on the blog every single week. I'm so ready for Twist to be over with, and it just be regular Big Brother format. You know, it's
Yeah,
same
for
people
sure.
every week. Like at least this week, Zach's on the block. You know,
Mhm.
and I mean, say what you will about Zach. I mean, I know you have a different perspective of it. I mean, because you play the game with him. But as just a viewer, I see why people like him, because he does at least
Keep things going in the house.
he brings some entertainment to
Yeah.
it.
See, the thing with Zach is I didn't have a problem with Zach how he played his game, because I even told Zach, I was like, listen, I'm not judging you how you play your game, because this is a game. You're playing dirty. I respect that. Like, I pulled him in the beehive room. I know exactly what I said. I think it was more of where I lost respect was like personal things that I, you know, when things he was coming at me, like there's things that I, like I've, you know, said time and time again, like I'm not going to have a sob story. I'm not going to tell my personal life, you know, to have like sympathy votes or like to put out there, and you know, or just to play for strategy of my game. And there are times where he kind of got under my skin about it, or like, you know, brought up something to kind of like, you know, to make it, I don't know, it was just more personal with Zach. But I told myself, you know, I would never put him on the block for personal reasons. So that's why I pulled him aside, and I was like, listen, it's a game. I need you, and you need to, you know, you need me as a vote to get further into the, you know, into the game. And I was like, you know, I know last week you said, hey, Amber's my target, and so hey, that gave me every reason to tell you, you know, you're mine. And I was like, well, we have to work together. And you know, I'm sorry for the things, you know, that I've said, you know, that you were my target. I apologize, and I just want to let you know that I gave you, you know, I made you a promise, and I'm going to fulfill that. And you know, when jury comes, that was the plan. You know, when jury comes, heck, we can all turn on each other. But
for sure.
It was more of like things that he would say personally, because I knew my brothers and sisters were watching, my family, and that was what kind of got to me. But we kind of hashed it out, and so, but I loved. Like I was saying, that's where people are like, you know, why are you, like, I love Zach, like, as a person, like, in the house, like, he is funny, he is hilarious, like, he made me laugh several times, but it was more of the personal stuff. I just want to make that clear. It was more of personal, you know, the things that he would say personally that kind of got under my skin, not game-wise. I respect his game tremendously.
I feel like he tries to use that as his game, trying to be sort of a Will or a Dan type character.
Yeah.
One of these mastermind players or whatever.
Right.
And like it might come back to bite him, and you know, you can't really try to. I'm not saying that he tried to play their game, but I mean, playing that style of game is very risky, you know. And
yeah, for sure.
Big Brother's a lot of luck, you know, a ton of luck.
Yeah.
Like, you know, some of those competitions, like you could even try to throw it and win it. You know what I mean? what is it that you guys had, like was it like hockey or something?
Oh, the under the sea thing, with the
The
ball.
Nicole one and Derek.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was something.
That was the polo, underwater polo.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you could probably try to throw that and still win that. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. And it's a lot of, you have a lot of those too with the BOB as well, and so it's, you know, I don't know,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard right now to kind of just throw anything. The first
Yeah.
one was easy for me, and like I was so nervous when Julie said the HOH isn't safe, so I was like, okay, I need to let this one go because I honestly, like, I want to see what it's all about. I feel like I can get in with these people with my social game first week and be safe, and then win next time, which, you know, win the following week, which was pretty easy, but yeah, it's kind of, there's so many twists this year, and I'm now finding that out since I'm out of the house. So.
Well, I think
Judd
it
was so happy that you threw that first HOH. He was really nervous when you were hanging on there, and then when you threw it, Judd was so happy that you did.
Yeah, I mean that's smart because you at that point you didn't really know like what the full twist was going to be, right? I mean,
right, for sure.
So I mean,
and I felt like I could work up a good social game in the first week to keep me safe,
exactly.
and then I could win that once I found that out. You know what it really meant. I can, you know, hey, go all for it the second week. So
yeah, I feel like if you're not in danger, if you don't feel like you're in danger, like it's not really that important to win HOHs, you know, because
right.
I don't know. And then after a while, you're like, I don't know, maybe it is important, you
know.
It is. Because you kind of start to feel whenever you think things are shifting and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I was scared whenever I didn't take the veto and I took 5,000.
Right.
And we had a frog flinging comp. I was like, oh, what? And I even brought it up. I think I just put it like bad luck out there for myself. I was like, you know, don't backdoor me this week, guys. You know, and then like after they got the double eviction, they did it. I was like,
yeah.
I mean, they were probably already thinking of it, but me saying that probably didn't help any, you know?
Right,
so,
exactly.
Why the hell did I say that? I don't understand.
Well, and you were such a strong competitor, Amber, that's one of the things that I'll never understand. I guess we'll have to wait till they get out of the house, but you were in an alliance with them, and you were the strongest female competitor, so why did they utilize your strength rather than use it against you? That just doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know. I think that's a tough one. I mean, now I see their other alliance formed. It was probably best for them. And with Team America, it was, you know, to put me on the block. You know, I think it was better for them to keep Caleb possibly because everyone knows he's possibly. I don't know. Like it was hard. Everyone knows that they want Caleb out, but with me, it was more of like they had a better reason, not a better reason, but an easier way to get him to vote for me and to get the whole house to vote for me out by twisting things around and making stuff up. But I mean, I'm honored to be, you know, a threat in the house and because of that reason. But I honestly, like, I think they were confused on where I stood in the house as well, which is understandable at this time of the game, especially when, I mean, I didn't feel that I was no longer an alliance. Like, I even said that time and time again. There's no alliance. That blew up weeks ago. But I still was staying loyal to the people and, you know, that were a part of it. And I felt like I had to have their back. And just because, like, I didn't know what else was formed within the few weeks for me to be like, hey, like, I'm trying to get in here, I'm trying to get in there. And so, you know, I thought it was the safest way to go until jury, which now I'm like, man, if I could start all over again, I definitely would have aligned with Dani in some way, Brittany in some way. You know, it's just tough. It's hard looking back on it now and being like, I would have done this and that differently because I wish I could go back in the house and do it all over again.
Yeah, and you're going to feel that way forever. I still play the what-if game all the time. You know, like, people be like, well, why didn't you use the veto on a list? And I was like, you know, knowing that, or had I known then what I know now, I probably would have, you know, I at least would have thought about it. But, you know, you don't see the DRs and stuff. It's so much easier to play after you've seen what happened, you know what I mean? Or, you know, it's easier for, like, your friends and family to tell you what you should have done because they know more about it because they've watched the feeds and, like, the DRs and stuff. We don't see that, so, like, you might have suspicions, in the house, and you're really paranoid, but at the same time, you don't want to, like, go too wild with your thoughts and stuff and, like, put them out there too much, because people read into the least little thing that you say.
Yeah.
You could give them an inch and they take a mile of anything that you say.
There's so much paranoia in the house. Everyone's always paranoid.
And every day is like a week. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. And things do change over hours, even minutes, you know, days in that house. And so, like, I honestly, like, I was just like, Derek, I know you're working with Dani. You never talk to Dani one-on-one. I see you guys talking together. Zach, you're some way trying to work with Dani or are, because you never take walks in the backyard, and now you're having laps with Dani in the backyard. Like, you notice every little thing, and you know, you do get paranoid. But, you know, my hardest thing was finding out things that were said on the live feeds, you know, about me by people that I was so nice to, that I never had anything bad to say about. Like, for instance, Victoria, when people were bashing her, saying things about her, I just either didn't say anything, or I did say, hey, like, I do like Victoria. There's no reason for me not to. But I think people are just, like, throwing the word fake out, because I was who I was in that, you know, on an everyday, you know, basis. Like, my family saw that, my close friends know that's me, so that's all that mattered. And I think it came off as fake because this is me, and I told myself going in the house I'm not going to be anything I'm not, or, you know, anyone else, or change myself for a game. And I think that maybe if I would have, you know, have played this like villain, or did this or did that, I would have got further into the game, or maybe they wouldn't have said those things. But no, this is me. This is how I am every day. That's how I was in the house. Is what you know, it's what you get. So and that kind of, like, it kind of hit home a little bit. Like, that kind of was the only thing that kind of hurt, because I had nothing bad to say about anyone in the house personally. The only time I ever talked, probably, it was just game. It was just, like, you know, and how they were playing their game. And so being, you know, those words and things I'm hearing, you know, now, there's just going to be, I don't know, have a few questions later on. You know,
for sure. So. You know, I mean, people talked trash about me whenever I left, you know, here and there.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to think, though, like, whenever we're in there, you notice that we talk about past house guests and stuff from, like, the seasons, because we don't know the same people besides people that have played the game before, so they're really the only people that you can talk about that you have in common, you know?
Yeah.
And so, good or bad, you know, like, people trash Googles, it's like the only people that they all, like, can relate to, you know, because you watch some of the seasons before you go in the house and stuff. It's fresh on your mind. And then once somebody is gone and not a threat to your game anymore, it's easy to talk, you know, get on that bandwagon and stuff. You know, I tried not to and stuff, but I was guilty of it myself a few times. You know, and I owed a few people an apology after the show. And I guess it's just easy because you have common people to talk about that aren't there anymore, and they're not a threat to your game anymore. So I wouldn't take it too personal. Like, after the show's over and stuff, you're going to learn that a lot of people that you probably didn't even care for that much in the game, you know, might be some of your best friends, you know.
And I have to look at it that way. I'm still looking at it it's a game. It's just also here, my friends, I have friends that watch the feeds while I was there, and they are hearing stuff. Like, that's what, you know, bothered me the most. It's really not now, because I'm not even, you know, it's not now. It's just like when I was actually in the house, and then being like, you know, this is this and that, and I'm like, man, like, you know, that's what bothers me the most. So
they're just catty women, and they can't understand or comprehend that someone could be pure of heart and be kind like you are. So they have to try to label it, and they have to try to call you names to make themselves look better at your expense. You just look at the source. I mean, I know it doesn't make it any easier, and they said nasty things, but the thing is that all of us that saw that on the live feeds, we never sat there and said, oh, yeah, they're right, Amber's fake, and Amber's this, and instead we were sitting there going, damn, Christine and Victoria are some catty bitches. So
yeah, and I respect, like, coming out of the house, I didn't know I would even have fans, you know, so that was kind of, like, weird to me. So knowing how many people are so positive about things and people that have my back just maybe keep a, that's why I have a smile on my face right now, because like
Yeah,
I know who I am, and my family does, and my close friends, and now my fans saw me,
and that's all that
as that
matters.
person, and that's all that matters to me. Because at the end of the day, I'm still gonna be me, like I'm still gonna be the same
Yeah,
person when I
exactly.
go to the finale. I'm not going to change in any way. So, I mean,
Oh,
it's so hard because I'm like, how can I like be so? How can I be evil? Like, how can I be mean? Like, let me get feisty in this house, and it was so tough at times. But, I hope that everyone after this, like, we can kind of just hash things out, and I
yeah,
don't know. We'll see what happens. Like,
you
we have
will
a
though.
couple
Like,
weeks. Yeah.
with your personality, like if anybody didn't like you, they got a problem. You know what I mean? It's kind of
No.
like Donnie. Like if somebody don't like Donnie, then they got some issues. Like Donnie's the most likable
I
guy in the world.
know. I love him.
It's like,
How
yeah.
funny is it, Amber, that everybody in the house thinks he's a doctor or a professor at
I
Harvard?
know.
Well,
And
why is he
like
wearing that Harvard medical? That would have thrown me off a bit too. Him wearing that T-shirt, like.
hey, maybe it's part of his game. Like maybe it's part of his strategy. I have no idea, but I know, like even week one when Devin was trying to get Donnie out, I was like, you are not getting Donnie out. Like that's the thing. Like when Devin was in control, like I made sure I was just like I was in control. Like it was like, no, that's not happening. Because Donnie, for the reasonings for getting him out of the house were just, I didn't get them. And plus, like I saw Donnie as helping my game in a way, if I could get in
Yeah,
with him in some way. But then I decided like I had no choice but to join the bomb squad. It was just kind of like told to me, and I'm like, okay, well, it looks like I have to jump on the back line. I have to jump in now. So
yeah,
that was kind of, I didn't want to join it. Like that's not something I wanted to give it a few days and kind of get my girls together. But I that's just what stresses me out so much. I'm like, well, don't tell me about an alliance. Fill me out first, and be like, hey, yeah, I'd like you to join. But yeah, Donnie was someone like I always tried to make sure that I kept safe in the house, and I'm glad that I got him as far as I could. And if it's not me sitting there at the end, I'd definitely love to see him there. In the final two, him, Derek. I have a soft spot, for him, Derek, and Cody. So I'm rooting for those three. But yeah, that's my little Donnie. I'm now eating my ice cream with water on top, looking at the stars, and I'm missing Donnie. So I'm sending him the best of luck and my love, definitely.
yeah, that's awesome. I wish him
Yeah.
the best of luck too. I'm a fan of Donnie, of course.
Uh-huh.
That's a granted. I actually kind of like Hayden now. You know what I mean? Like
It's
Yeah.
about damn time you sell it my way.
he's kind of, I don't really have anybody that I'm hardcore rooting for right now. Like I do like Cody. I'm not a Derek fan. I'm sure Derek's awesome outside of the house.
Yeah.
Big fan of his game. I don't know. I feel like he kind of ran Cody's HOH, but I mean, I guess that's Cody's bad, But I don't know.
Right.
I'm more of a Cody fan than Derek fan. I'll probably get a lot of trash for this, but I'm not saying anything personally bad about him. I just don't like his game that much. He's
Yeah,
playing
it's
a
just
good
all.
game. I'm just not a fan of it,
No, I respect that. I mean, it's the fact like people need to understand that aren't in the house. Like when you say you're not a fan, it's how they're playing their game, basically.
Yeah,
Not necessarily. Yeah, it's nothing personal. It's just I like how
you
Not
can't
a
root for everyone, You
Yeah.
can't.
not a fan of the player, but a fan of the person.
Right, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'll be like, oh, I hate them, but I'm like, oh, I don't mean that I hate them. I mean, I hate them as in the game. It's like, I need to rephrase how I say stuff sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, Judd, we'll work on it. We're only 30 minutes away. We'll get together soon.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
Yeah.
But how about Ariana Grande? Have you heard of Ariana Grande before
Um,
you were in the Big Brother house?
Yeah, most definitely, and that's the thing. I'm getting asked that question a lot. Like, what do you think about her being Frankie's, brother,
Yeah,
whatever? Or sorry, her being Frankie's sister.
yeah,
Um, and I was shocked whenever I heard that, but Frankie's a very talented, man. So I can see that, and how he was playing along, like in the game. Oh, it's Ari, and then kind of putting his last name, like he wouldn't say it. I was like, okay, he went too together, but I like at the same time you could think things. I had no idea
yeah,
at all. Like it didn't cross my mind, so I'm not gonna say it did. But they're both very lucky. They both seem like very talented and wonderful human beings, and so I mean they're lucky to have each other. I was shocked whenever I found out, and you know how I have nothing bad to say about Frankie. Like having him in the house was just a joy at times. It's just he booted me out, so I'm kind of bummed about that. But yeah, I was definitely shocked when I found it out. But
yeah, I didn't know who she was. I mean, this not really my type of music, I don't guess. But
right.
after I heard who she was, and I realized I've been hearing this girl on the radio for a long time, I just didn't know the name of the girl.
Yeah.
Just not my type of music. It's kind of something that
right.
I don't really like this song.
I don't listen to
nothing against her. It's just not my style of music.
I mean, she's a very beautiful and talented woman. So I mean, they're lucky. Yeah, he's lucky, and she's lucky because they both seem like very, very talented. So I was just shocked, and but after finding that out, I'm like, oh, that's not a shocker. It's not a surprise at all. So.
Well, it was funny because last night Victoria was talking about Ariana in the kitchen and talking about her music and how her voice is like heaven, and she wants her songs as the wake-up music. And it's so funny for us on the outside that we're sitting there like going, Victoria, figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if she's asked questions before. So
I almost think she knows because she follows Ariana on Instagram. So how could she have not seen pictures of Frankie?
That's so.
She might know and be scared. Like I knew who Alyssa was whenever we were waiting to get in the house when we were standing in front of Julie, but I didn't say anything because I was like, surely there's other siblings or something.
Right, and you don't want to say anything because that sometimes can put a target on you. I mean, because people will take that as like if they know this, then that's a target on me, for some odd reason, which sometimes it really doesn't matter. But I don't know. She probably does know because, like, I even was like, I can't wait to see pictures, and this is that. She was just like, go on.
They put like baby pictures in there. So.
Yeah. So
I mean, she's a great singer. Like, don't get me twisted. I'm probably like getting cussed out on Twitter because I turn the radio whenever she comes on. Great voice. That girl can hum. Just not my style of music. That's all I meant by that.
Yeah. Oh, Judd, we know what you mean. Everyone knows what you mean. You didn't say it in a bad way.
But you'll learn that people on Twitter will try to look for anything to.
You are just bouncing around over there.
He never sits still.
I know. I hate sitting still. I'm just like. I want to like pace around right now, but. But yeah, I thought. I know I don't like sitting on the ground though. It's like.
Are you like?
What did you think about Team America, Amber, when you found out about it?
Yeah, and what about Joey? Were you surprised at Joey?
I'm happy. That's one reason I'm happy I got Joey out of the house because I'm like, okay, she could have done anything, to my game with Team America. But at the same time, I'm like, man, I wish I would have kept her because we could have all aligned together and worked with her, with Team America. You know what I mean? Like she could have like worked with us on getting some of the guys out of the house. But when my thing with Joey is, I would have loved to have like an all-girl alliance. It was just like how it was forming out just in the open like that. The guys I felt like were walking by and noticing, or the girls are meeting, and so I didn't want to be seen right then and there as aligned with any of the girls. Like I was just like, okay, let it blow over in a few days. We can try this all over again, And so that's like, I wish, I love Joey. She's so funny. But like, her to go tell everyone, hey, I did try starting an all-girl alliance. I'm like, no, like I wish like I could keep you now because I want to keep you and try having this all-girl alliance. But that right there was just.
Well, why did Joey, that was before we had the live feeds that all happened, so we have no idea. Why did Joey fess up that she was trying to do an all-girls alliance?
I think she had a feeling that the guys knew, and she thought it was best for her game, which I respect, to kind of let them know, hey, you can trust me. Yes, I did try starting this all-girl alliance, and it didn't work. So by saying that, I think they would have been like, okay, we can trust her because she's telling us this, and buy her another week in the house. Which I think kind of just, I think, I'm not, I'm not saying that was it because I don't know yet. But I think it kind of backfired in a way instead. So, but I think it definitely could have worked out. I wish she wouldn't have even said anything to, or whatever. But at the same time, I had to do what was best. I kind of wanted to keep the guys and then have like my side girl alliance as well. Right. I was trying to get that, work. But then whenever I saw it was bad for my game that she was going around saying, hey, let's start an all-girl alliance in front of the guys, I was like, okay, I have to do something about this because I don't want the guys now turning on me knowing that I'm part of their group and think I'm going after them. So I had to do what was best for my game. I had to kind of like spill the beans a little bit, but the same way, like I wish she didn't say anything because I think there could have been a way for us to keep her in the house, that week. And
it almost makes you wonder if that kind of started the path of the girls getting targeted.
Yeah, I think
probably
it could happen. I could have, and I mean, right when that was happening, you have people, like, it was so early in the game too. You're kind of like in a tug of war. It's like, okay, where do I go? Which way the house do I go? And I kind of just wanted to play both, just kind of be on, both sides in a way. Like, because I knew I was just brought into the bomb squad. I was told about it, and I had no other option but to be a part of it. And so that messed with my game first off, and because coming into this, I wanted all of the girls to work together. I wanted an all-girl alliance. I wanted to see a girl win. But it didn't work that way, and so, like I said, time and time, I had to do what was best for my game, knowing that I was a part of the bomb squad. I kind of had to say, hey, I'm not part of this girl alliance working. I didn't say that. I didn't say it was a girl alliance. I was just like, whatever you see, I'm not a part of. Like, I just want to get that out there. And so, I mean, and plus it's all portrayed differently. You don't hear some things, on the show unless you have the live feeds or, things are being shown. So, and then being that week, not having live feeds, and then being, the show, how it's looked like, it's just kind of, I don't know. It can look so many different ways or come off so many. So.
And it's hard to have one-on-one conversations in there, or like private game conversations, because there's not many places to go. It looks so much bigger on TV than it actually is, and you can hear through the walls and stuff. So you have to be so careful.
Right.
Anytime people see people talking like off in the corner, like you said about them walking in the backyard and stuff, you get suspicious,
Right. Yeah.
And, it's hard to really talk game and stuff in there, and without people kind of catching on or something. So you gotta act like you were just talking. We had a thing where we just talked about movie sequels when somebody would watch it.
Right.
So the same people I would do that with would do it to me, and I'm like, I made it up with you that we would do that. And so I'm walking up to the hammock, and they're like, yeah, Jurassic Park 2 was not as good. I'm like, all right.
I started that. Like, yeah, that's so funny.
Well, speaking of hearing through walls, Amber, the guys think that you heard them talking about you while they were up in HOH. Did you hear them?
You can hear a lot in that bathroom downstairs.
Yeah.
It's because it's quiet. It's just kind of not in the bathroom, but where the toilet is. So if you see anyone sitting there for a long time, they're probably trying to listen to what's going on in HOH. They ain't going to the bathroom.
You have to shut that sliding door up in the HOH room to keep.
Yeah, to keep noise out.
You can hear.
But I mean, you could hear who's talking. It's kind of hard to hear what they're saying. But yeah, you can hear what's being, the voices up there and everything. But hopefully maybe they'll fix that after knowing that this year.
It's so funny hearing you talk about that, because I just feel like it's been like yesterday that I was there, and it's been.
You were in the house,
yeah. And it's been a year, but it's so funny because I would go in there and just kind of try to listen, and I was like, talk a little bit louder, you know, like I can't hear you.
Yeah.
You know,
Stand on the toilet, try getting close to the...
Yeah, I mean, I could hear Gina Marie clear as day, but she was never talking about anything that I needed to know. I was like, come on, get on Gina Marie's level, guys, you know?
Yeah, that's so funny. Like, and my thing is like, the guys, they are just, they're worse than the girls this year. Like, that's what's driving me crazy.
They are. That is so true.
With the drama and the playing so hard and the, you know, doing this or doing that or thinking, they are just like kings of the house. Like, heck, there are so many queens that are up in that house that just did not start it off this fast and quick and how, you know, as they did with their alliance. So I'm definitely, you know, I really wanted to see a girl win this year, but I don't know if that's going to happen because they are still, you know, tick, 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 checking them off one by one. And I really wish I would have stayed because I would have definitely shook things up in the house and turned things around. Caleb was definitely my target, you know, and then I looked at Zach and Frankie next. And I can say, you know, say that, you know, right now because I'm sitting, you know, back at home, but I was trying to do what was best for my game, and I even told Cody, and I told, I think, Christine, yeah, that week, I was just like, listen, this is my target. Like, I cannot stress anymore how much he's hurting my game. So, and I've even pulled Caleb aside sometimes. I'm like, I appreciate, you know, you having my back and everything because I do have yours. This is early on in the game, but just please don't talk about me and my game and like you having my back and that, because to other people, because that does put a target on my back, and it did. That's where I think it was hard for me in my game is just having. I wasn't going to have a showmance, and I wasn't going to act on it for my game either. So it was tough, and I really wish I could have played differently, like we all say when we come out of the house.
Yeah.
And I wish I had another chance. Maybe I wish I was sequestered and, you know, sent back in there for a second chance. But,
Me too. Maybe they'll have some twist and they'll put somebody that's not sequestered back in the game.
Oh, no, that's not happening. I know everything now.
That'd be a good twist, though. Think of it, CBS, you know?
Yeah, you never know. Heck, I don't know.
I 15 back.
I know. We and you just need to play a game together, Judd. We would rock.
I know. How about Amazing Race or something?
I know. Heck, can we do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
There you go.
We need to talk to somebody about this.
There's another hashtag to get started.
Yeah,
Judd and Amber, Amazing Race.
Yeah, Judd and Amber should do Amazing Race together. Or Survivor. Can you do Survivor, Judd?
Yeah, heck yeah. I was just telling Hayden I wanted to do Survivor. I think that, because, I mean, I've been camping and stuff my whole life. Like,
same here.
Yeah, I mean, I like outdoor stuff, you know, so I think I would do okay on there. I don't smoke anymore, so that would help a lot, because you never see people sitting around
doing that.
smoking cigs on the island, you know.
Maybe the Amazing Race is better for us then.
Maybe so. I never really watch Amazing Race that much, but it seems like fun. Like, it looks like it's fun. I just don't like I watched Brendan and Rachel on there a little bit this past season, but you know, I just never watched it enough to get into it.
Right.
Really, but I really like Survivor, but I would do either show. So
well, the good news for you two. The good news for you two is that the Amazing Race rarely ever has puzzles.
Yeah, that's we're puzzle haters. We're straight up haters.
That was the first puzzle I've ever completed in my entire life.
Yeah, we were just talking about it last night on the phone. I was like, I'm not good at puzzles, and I was telling you about the superhero thing. I was like, I didn't stand a chance, so I just quit so I could count Andy's seconds because we had 20 seconds to go back. So I was like, and Andy had the most pieces other than McCrae, so I was help him out, you know.
Right.
Still didn't work out for me, so I double hate puzzles now. F you puzzles.
I know. F you. I won't say it anymore, but F you puzzles.
I couldn't even do the puzzles. Did you have like a puzzle in the whenever you were sequestered? Like, I had a little Spider-Man puzzle.
Yes, I never even touched it. Mine just stayed in its little wrapper.
I took mine out. I was like, I need to practice puzzles because I suck at them.
Yeah.
Like for like kids, you know, it was like a little Spider-Man puzzle. And I got so frustrated. I think I just like
threw it.
like 3 and 4. I was like, screw this puzzle.
Yeah. Well, speaking of throwing puzzle pieces, tonight we get to watch the POV on the show, and apparently Zach had a big temper tantrum during the POV and threw a puzzle piece, and it hit one of the cameras.
Did he get in trouble?
Zach.
Did he get in trouble?
No, he didn't. I mean, he did apologize. It was funny because the feeds were off. The POV ran so late on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But we had a little bit of an audio leak on Big Brother After Dark because that was on, and we could hear him cussing out Heath. I sent Heath a text or a tweet and said, poor Heath, we can hear Zach cussing him out because he couldn't figure
That
out
was
this
me
puzzle.
last year.
It was you last year.
Oh my goodness, that is so funny.
You can ask everybody, starting from like David. Like I would get so nervous and stuff before the comps and stuff, and like they would like go over the instructions for what seemed like 4.5 hours. I was like, let's just start. Like I'm getting nervous. Like let's just start, because I would get so like, I don't know. I'd like to play it and it not matter, but you always feel like your life's on the line or something.
Right.
Especially like as it goes on a little further and it's not the first couple weeks, Like I didn't really care first. Like I hopped off that popsicle in like 5 minutes. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a 15-minute comp. Then 3 hours went by and I was like, oh my god.
Oh goodness, it really did last that long.
Yeah, and there's no way I would have stayed up there that long, but it's just like, because I didn't want to win that one anyways, but I was like, well, I should have stayed up a little bit longer.
I know mine was even the chess, like the BOB, when I was doing the whole chess thing, that was even like a puzzle to me. Like, I don't know even how to play chess. I don't know the moves. And so I was learning as I was, going along, and I ended up having to do it by myself against Victoria and Brittany. So I was like, oh, I am not going to win this. And then I just had to be like, Amber, just, stay focused. Like, you can win anything. You always pull yourself off. And so, yeah, that was like a puzzle for me, too, because if you step away from it, it's so much easier than when you're on it and you have no idea, what you're looking at. That's like even with that puzzle when I was up in the air, if I was back from it a little further, I could figure it out maybe, but when you're so close to it too, it's just like, oh, but I had Dani with me in the other one, so I was like, okay, this is a breeze, because like from a distance, he's pretty smart when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, he's good at puzzles, huh?
Yeah, and now I know someone is telling like he can do any kind of Sudoku, puzzles, like anything, and so I'm like, yay for Dani, like he had us in that comp, but I don't know, puzzles are awful. I will never do another puzzle in my entire life.
Yeah, me neither. And I thought that, I won like it was like a little maze thing, and I was like, people are gonna think this is a puzzle and that I'm just lying, but that was like completely different. I just looked at the next few steps, and just kind of, it's a maze and a puzzle are two different things. A puzzle, not like, if I at least seen the picture or something to know what the hell I was making a puzzle of. Like, I've never done a puzzle that you couldn't see what it looked like first, so I was just like, what in the world? I don't know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Here I am cheating off McRae, and I'm like, I'm cheating off him. Clearly he's going to get the pieces before me, so.
That's so funny. Yeah, puzzles are awful. Never again.
Yeah, and what you said, I want to go back just for saying what you said about getting drugged into that alliance. Like, you have to, though. If somebody offers you a spot in an alliance and you say no, then they're going to be like, what the hell? They know about the alliance now.
Yeah, then you have to. Right.
So you can't just refuse an alliance, It's like, you're not with us, you're against us type thing. And
and that's what kind of, like, bums me out in the beginning, and is like, well, now I know how alliance, were played out and where they stay now or stand. That happened, and I was like, okay, I have to join it. But then, like, I wanted to still have the girls work together and be like, okay, now I know about this. We can knock these guys out, one by one.
Yeah.
But my thing was like, Christine also, like, I wanted her to still have my back, and she wasn't coming to me about that, kind of stuff. So it was kind of hard. And like, I even asked her and Nicole at the time, I was like, let's just work together. Like, if two can make it far in this game, us three girls can. And I was trying to pull Brittany in as well. And I even at one time said something about Victoria, but I didn't know where she laid in the house. Like, she was always with Derek. But I was really, I know. I was trying my hardest to get Brittany to stay the week before I could, and I was doing everything. I was up with her at night being like, yes, we can make this work, you know. But then, you know, the guys weren't on board, and if I went against the house, then I was the target. So it was hard sending her home because I saved her once, you know, and I was just trying my hardest to, like, do it again. And because I thought she, you know, me and her would have definitely worked well together.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Yeah, she's I trusted her, but then at times people were putting stuff in my head not to trust her. But she's you know, looking back on it and like everything she said, I feel like she was a very loyal person as well, very strong. And I think us being kind of the same person definitely could have took out a lot of the guys. Even having, you know, Joey back would have been, you know, awesome. Just like any, you know, any of us girls working together. But since Christine and I already kind of had a line together, and her and Nicole were close, I'm like, well, Brittany and I are seeming, you know, to be getting closer, and she is probably a beast just as much as I am. So, you know, us four would have been awesome. But, you know, you know, I feel like Nicole and Christine were kind of iffy about Brittany, and you know, at times seemed iffy about me. So they didn't want to do it, which I understand now why. You know, they were kind of in their own alliance. So it is what it is.
But trust me, they're going to feel the same way that you and I and everyone else that's been a big, you know, if they don't make it to the end, they'll be like, oh, what if we kept Amber? What if we kept Brittany? You know, like, it's going to be the same scenario for them. Like, everyone goes through the same, like, what ifs in their head. And, you know, try to play it for a couple weeks and then just, like, try to cut it off. But I can't oh, what if, you know, because people always ask me and I start to think again. I'm just like, you know, I could have done that, but I can't now, so
it's a very different game. Yeah, it's like, it's kind of, you never know how things are dealt, you know, in that house. Things change. Things are, you know, any minute, you know, and you're always say you're going to have someone else's back, but most of all, you have your back in that house. I said I walked in here alone. I'm going to leave alone, so I need to make sure I have my back. So
and it's such a harder game once you actually play it than it looks like on TV. Like, it looks so easy on TV and stuff, but then when you're actually in there and stuff, it's so much harder because you don't know if people are just having, like, regular conversations from back home. You don't know if they're talking game. You don't know if so-and-so's working with so-and-so, or if somebody's lying to you, or if they're telling you the truth. You know, it's like you never really know what to believe, and, you know, those competitions are a lot harder than they look, too. You know, I always thought, oh, these look so much easier because you look at Survivor, and, you know, Survivors look hard, so I'm sure that they're, like, crazy. I'm like, oh, these BB ones are so easy and stuff, then I got there, I'm like, they're not that easy, you know. Some of them are, but I mean.
What was your favorite competition, Amber?
My favorite comp that I was in, I definitely love the first one. I like anything that's endurance. So that was like the only one close to being endurance, but it didn't last, you know, as long as I wanted. But I think if I had to say after that was probably the chess one for the BOB, because I proved that I can do it also by myself, that I didn't need a partner. I can play, you know, heck, by myself. My partner's out, you know, on the side, cheer me on still, but I am going, you know, it's 2 against 1, and I'm going to rock this and, you know, show that I can, you know, I am a competitor, and that, you know, if you put me in the block, I'm going to take myself off no matter how many people are against me. The whole house and these two standing next to me are probably against me, but I was going to make sure that I came off the block and I used my brain this time and my athletic abilities. And that's what I did. So I think I'm very proud of myself, and I think that's probably my favorite. Not only because all the girls looked very beautiful in their little costumes, but it was very, very. It was just. It showed me that I can do anything alone, also in the game. So.
Yeah, and you did really good. I don't think I would have been very good at that. I'm not good at chess either. You know, David actually, you know, he doesn't seem like the brightest person, but he was teaching me chess like the first couple of days and stuff.
Yeah. I didn't even sit up there and learn. I don't have, when I'm in that house, like, I'm going in circles. I walk around the dining room table and I stop and I'm like, okay, where do I want to go next? Walk in the bathroom, and then I'm like twiddling my thumbs. Like, there's times where you have so much downtime because you're locked out for a couple of days, to where it's just like, okay, I'm done talking about the same stuff. I already know everyone's life story, and
I know.
what else am I going to do besides sleep? And I don't want to sleep, so.
Yeah, like I wanted to be a social player, you know, like that's
Yeah.
what I went in the game as my plan, you know, just social game, and I don't really like having deep conversations, you know, and a lot of the people that I was with had deep conversations and stuff like Spencer and Helen and Candace, and I was just like, they're like, what do your parents do for a hobby? And I was just trying to do my laundry. I had to go back to the rainbow room is what we called it, the fire, to get some of my stuff out, and I was just like, oh, I don't know, and I seen Helen look at Spencer, you don't know, and I'm like, ah. So I have to go talk to him.
And be like, that is so funny. Now you have a target on your back because you don't know your parents do for a hobby.
Well, my parents go camping. My dad likes NASCAR. My mom likes to go to the casino.
Do you like NASCAR?
Huh?
Your dad likes NASCAR?
Yeah, he loves that.
I used to be a promo girl for Miller High Life, and I used to go to all the NASCAR races and stuff. I like At first, I was like, I'm not a huge NASCAR fan, but I love it being there.
Yeah, they're fun, huh?
Yeah, they're really fun, except for being so close and having all that fly in your face and having to plug your ears. But no, it's fun. That's awesome. We'll have to go to a NASCAR race.
We'll go to Bristol or something.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome.
Or Vegas or something. We're gonna be hanging out a lot. We're from the same area and stuff. And
I'm so excited. And I adore you. Like it is so like I was just like, man, like I was sitting there, when I watched you and everything, it was just like it was also funny. It was comical because I'm like, you're so close, to me. People are like, no, Judd's from this. I was like, no, I think he's pretty close to me, like where I'm from. Because we were talking about you every now and then in the house. And I was just like, no, I think he's kind of close to my town, Tennessee. And they're like, no, he's from. I was just like, I'm not gonna with you now.
I was telling somebody, I was like, I know some of the same people that you know, but I don't know you, or I didn't know you. I do now, of course.
Yeah.
I was like, it's kind of cool. Like I knew some people that were friends with you. Lauren that I had texted you about, like she said she went to college with you, like freshman year or something. And I went to elementary school and high school with her, so I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Yeah, it is.
I'm like between you and Chattanooga. Like I'm like right in between Knoxville and Chattanooga. Oh,
good, because I like going to Atlanta whenever I have nothing else to do in Knoxville, or Nashville.
Oh yeah. Or Nashville. Yeah, Nashville is awesome. I love Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville's the best.
I even thought about moving to Knoxville or Nashville, after, eventually, just because I really like Nashville. That's where I'd like to go, but I don't know. I've thought about a couple other places too. I don't want to throw all that out live.
Well, I'm in LA, so if you ever come.
Yeah, for sure. I love LA. LA is awesome. You can't really beat East Tennessee, but if you're gonna go besides East Tennessee, or I really like North and South Carolina a lot too, then go.
We like everywhere. I like an adventure. I can't really stay in one place all at once, but LA has shown it. I love, where I love it out there just because I haven't found one place. I mean, I've even went to Australia and I came back, in March, and I was living there for a couple months. So I'm just like, I honestly just like an adventure and just like, I'm still young. I'm not settled down, So why not now? And maybe when I'm like, retired and everything, I can come back to good old Tennessee. But right now I'm just trying to get the feel of everything. And
that's kind of what I've been doing. I've actually got such a chance to travel for the first time in my life this past year. I get a lot of crap from it. People are like, why do you travel so much and stuff? I save my money while I'm at home, and then I travel. Australia is funny you said that. Australia is like my bucket list place to go.
You have to go, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone's so lovely. Like you have to go. It was kind of like an escape for me, just because I had a lot going on in my life around that time, and I was just like, where can I go? It's about to be winter here. It's summer there. I had like a job lined up there, so I was like, where can I go where it's just very happy and everyone, good vibes and everything. And then since I had the job lined up there, I was like, okay, Australia it is. So I got my flight, packed my bags, and went, backpacking there. Stayed in a few hostels, met people. I was by myself and on my own. So that was probably one of the best things I, did in my life. Just knowing that I can go that far, and because my thing is always coming back home, my family. It was hard getting away from my family. So knowing I can do that, and so LA is nothing. It's just like, okay, my family's just a little flight away or drive away. So
yeah, absolutely. 'Cause how far of a flight is that? Like 12 hours or something?
Australia?
Yeah.
Took me 23 hours to get there from here.
And did you fly out of like Knoxville or?
Nashville, and then I had a little layover, and then from Nashville to LA to Australia.
Oh wow.
And it's like a 17-hour difference. So like I was like a whole day ahead.
Yeah, ahead. Yeah. That's awesome though. Like I don't know, I'm so jealous. I want to go there so bad. Andy just went there too after he got out of Big Brother.
Right.
And, he was talking about how awesome it was. So like between you and him talking about it, I'm still good friends with Andy.
Yeah.
He told me a lot about it. I'm like, I have to go now.
I love Andy too. Yeah, you have to go. Like it's a beautiful place. People are amazing. It's a fun experience. So you have to go.
Have you talked to Andy or any?
No, I haven't talked to Andy yet, which I would love to. I'm pretty sure maybe I can tweet him or something. But yeah, I haven't talked to Andy yet.
Hilarious.
He seems hilarious. Like, he seems like a good guy.
Yeah, him and McCrae and Spencer, like, they've kind of grown to be some of my best friends,
Yeah.
Some of the other people from the show, too, like Alyssa, Gina Marie, a lot of them, like, we're still really tight, and you're going to be the same, with us and your cast and stuff, like, there's people from 14 I'm good friends with. It's a good family, there's
a good family, yeah. I'm glad to be a part of it, so.
Yeah. And so you're going to get to go to a lot of places that, I went to New Hampshire for Toys for Tots event. When else would I have had a chance to go to New Hampshire?
To do that, yeah.
Yeah, New Hampshire was awesome, too. It's like, it reminded me of something you'd see in a movie, like a little New England town, It's like, so cool. So, it'll be fun to get to do some of these events with you and stuff, and, you get to experience some of these things, like, Reality Rally. There's some really good charity events out there that are a lot of fun too, so you're gonna have
that's right up my alley. I love hearing that. So
yeah, there's so much, and then I'll talk to you later. We're gonna be doing this thing for St. Jude.
Okay.
Maybe you could. I don't know. You'll probably be in LA by then, but still, we'll talk about that later. I don't know. That's like my #1 charity. But,
good. Yeah.
But you're gonna have a blast and stuff, and you really made us proud to hear. You definitely made me proud to be from East Tennessee. You represented us very well.
I was myself. I just want people to know that I was myself. I'm sorry, I cannot be anything else. If you want me to try faking it, I can try.
You just showed like what kind of people live out here. We're real people. We got a lot of heart.
Yeah.
We love our area. We're really passionate about it. But we can also, if you push us in a corner, we'll come out fighting.
Oh, yeah. Put the dukes up, man.
Yeah, we're not the type of people to just sit around and get ran all over. But.
I know. Don't make me come back to that Big Brother house. I'll be a different Amber. I'll be a little feistier.
Yeah, Amber 2.0. We need an Amber 2.0 now.
Yeah, Amber 2.0 for sure. No.
Fine, no. But seriously, you made us very proud.
Thank you, Judd.
I can speak for a lot of people when I say that. And say that with pride. So thank you so much for being yourself and representing our area well. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad to be talking to you guys. Oh my goodness. One thing people have been also asking that I wanted to get across. Wanted to know if I opened my pickle banana that Caleb gave me. So I just want to let you know I did not open my pickle banana because I wanted to make sure anything was in my bag that I did not like or want in there before I opened it, that it was out. So I didn't even see my pickle banana. So, but the pickle story and that whole thing, it was just like crickets to me. So if there any questions on that, it was just like I wasn't even hearing anything. So I don't even know what was said. I didn't get my.
You've forgotten about it. You're like, he remembers, and you're like, so funny.
Yeah, so poor thing, he probably thinks that I opened it and thinks it's funny and all that, but I am smarter than that. If anything was in my bag before, I didn't even touch it. I kind of flicked it off the top of my bag before going to sitting it down. So if anything was in there, I knew that it was probably bound to happen. I was just like, please, you guys know I don't like bananas. If anything is in that bag,
A pickle banana.
Make sure it's not in there anymore. So yeah, the pickle banana is yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a good guy outside.
Exactly. Like at that house, I don't know.
I pray that maybe the house has just kind of done something to him.
I don't know though. Like there's things that I'm hearing that I'm just like are like, when I'm sleeping and stuff that kind of made me feel kind of a little uncomfortable. But I'm still. Are you crying over there?
Sorry. It's the whole pickle banana.
Pickle banana even has a Twitter now.
I've seen that.
Pickle Banana has a Twitter, so those of you, go check out the Pickle Banana on Twitter. I don't know what it's all about. I need to check it out myself, but...
Yeah, I've seen that on there. I've seen the account, and I thought that was pretty funny.
That whole story. I mean, there's a thing with pickles this year. Brittany gave Devin we talked, me and Brittany were and Jacosta were what can we give Devin? She's like, I'm going to give him pickle before he leaves. So we put it at, tin foil, give him a pickle on the way out. Kayla was trying to eat pickles. There's a thing with people and pickles in this house this year, and I will not even touch. I hate the way they feel. I don't like the way the texture. I guess it's I don't know. I wouldn't say phobia. I just don't like bananas, but
I don't like ketchup. I'm like that about ketchup. I can have it out of a packet, but I don't like the ketchup bottles. I don't like looking at it and stuff. That's why.
Yeah, it's weird. Because I'm like that with bananas. It's just just don't even, if it's in front of me, just, cover it up.
The whole story behind the pickle banana, I'll tell you after we're off air, Amber. It's just, that's why I'm just cracking up, because I heard the whole thing, and I saw the train of thought process behind it. It's just, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
I heard he's already excited about being on the Survivor and Big Brother All-Stars, so I guess we've not seen the last of Beast.
Oh my goodness! Well,
I'm gonna give you a ketchup banana whenever we hang out.
Oh, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Hey, if that happens, maybe I'll have you on my side if we're against them and any Survivor anything. I don't know. You're my partner from here on. No one else can claim Judd but AB over here.
AB and JUDD. What's up? Here we come.
No, but yeah, I cannot wait to hear this story now. I'm just honestly I've been taking a few days to myself, catching up on sleep. It's been quiet. I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I love it. I haven't even left the house in the past few days. The first day I got here, I went out with my family. All my family was here, even my grandparents, which are very, they don't come here together that often. It's usually my grandfather. I think so. He's in Alabama, so they came. So I had very, my father from Kentucky, so everyone was here to greet me when I got home. So just spending as much time with all my family over the past few days has just been a joy. So I tried last night to watch the first couple episodes, and I haven't even caught up on reading some of the live feeds yet. The episodes, my family's caught me up on some of the stuff that has happened. But
it's just something you really don't want to do whenever you get out. It's you want to spend time with your people that you've been away from. And stuff. I went straight out and went to Vegas. I told you that yesterday.
Right.
It was kind of traumatic at first, because I've been around less than 30 people. Whenever I went to I'm talking about going to jury house and being sequestered and stuff, seeing the same people all the time, to seeing just all these random, there's so many tourists and stuff in Vegas, all these people that recognize me. But I feel like it kind of prepared me for whenever I came home, because I have a huge family and stuff. And Dani was actually there. She helped run my Twitter and stuff with my aunt. They made my Twitter while I was gone, and she was there whenever I got back and everything. And so, she's seen what it was like. It was crazy. But I didn't want to just rush home and start watching the episodes. I planned on never watching the episodes, but then
that's how I was. I was just I don't even ever want to watch these.
Yeah, I was I have a good relationship with everybody, I feel so I just want to leave it at that. I don't want to see people's hateful DRs and stuff.
I know. It was so crazy because when I was in my DR, I was just oh, can I please not say? I was was that too bad? Was that harsh? And I don't even know, I haven't even seen myself in DRs yet. Like, I don't even know what I've said, but there are times I'll be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to, like, I don't know if that was so hard. I don't know if that was
No,
me.
you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, it was like crazy. Like my mean is a lot different than other people's mean, so I don't know.
No, you were not mean at all. You were awesome.
I didn't want to make people out to be something they weren't in the house because I didn't want to be the same people to do the same to me. So I was just like, I'm gonna just, this is how I see this person and that person, so I'm just gonna, I mean, everyone was wonderful, to me, and like, now I'm hearing differently, but hey, it's part of the game. It's a house. People get paranoid. People are gonna talk.
Oh, yeah.
No one else to talk to or nowhere else to go. So, I mean, I'm trying not to take anything to heart, and I'm trying to have no hard feelings.
They might say more things, because they got a lot of time on their hands, and the only people that they have in common is, they'll think of things. Oh, I wonder if Amber lied about this, and they'll say things that will probably like irritate you. Just take it as a grain of salt because they don't have much else to talk about. Like you said, like you already run out of things to talk about after.
You do.
You heard everybody's life stories, so that's when people start like their shit talking and stuff. So just take it as a grain of salt and just laugh about it and they'll probably apologize to you. You'll get along. Like I said, like they're gonna be like your friends, family. For
exactly.
You're gonna make some good.
Family does that. Family makes mistakes sometimes. They do things. It's just one big dysfunctional family. We do put the fun and dysfunctional when it comes to that.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, and people that you think you didn't like, you might like outside of the house. Like, Jeremy, I always liked him in the house, but he did get a really bad rap, But when I hung out with him outside, he's the first person I went to Vegas with. We got to for everybody else. We had a blast, He's a really good friend of mine, And, Devin, I thought that I would despise him out of the show.
I know.
I talked to him on the phone, and he's one of the nicest guys ever. It's like.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. Like, cause Devin, like I saw such a sweet side of Devin. Then I saw this game side. I'm like, which one are you?
Yeah. I think with him, he would do things and then regret it.
I know, and it was so hard for him.
His conscience would get to him, and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna take that back." And you can't really do that in Big Brother,
Yeah.
And he's a nice guy, I've talked to him times. I know Spencer's talked to him a lot. Like, you gotta put, you're gonna be perfect with all these people.
Yeah,
you're so nice. You're probably the nicest person I've ever met.
No way.
Yeah, you're pretty nice. Like.
Oh, daggone, don't make me blush now.
Yeah, you're awesome. You have nothing to worry about whenever you watch the show. You're gonna be.
Yeah, I'm glad to be home though. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have you two right now that I get to catch up with. Maybe we can all go out together, do something. So maybe watch one of the live shows like we talked about.
Yeah, we'll do that, and then we're gonna do some fun things for sure while you're here. Go to LA and stuff. So I don't know. It's a good time right now. It's summer still.
Yeah.
A lot to do around here for sure. So.
Well, and we have to go to a Tennessee game this fall.
Girl, I used to work for the athletic department at UT Balls, and I used to help them out. So I'm hoping that the first game I think is the 31st of August, and we're all huge UT fans here. I'm a volunteer, so no matter what, I got my boys back. I'm up 100%. So I'm hoping that we could all get together and do something. And like I love everyone at UT. Look at you, I see you. But yeah, I definitely bleed orange, 100%. Like I definitely bleed orange. The tailgates are what make it fun. So,
yeah, I love tailgating.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to go to UT. So let's definitely plan that soon. Hopefully you guys can make it. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm glad that I'm kind of building relationships now with you guys, and now that I'm part of the family. So I'm happy. Like, are you guys looking outside? Does it look like it's about to rain?
No, it's sunny here.
Sunny?
Yeah, it's sunny here too.
Oh my gosh, it looks like it's about to rain here, and I'm so excited because I have not seen rain. I feel like.
Oh yeah, me and McCray would. It doesn't rain in LA hardly at all, so we would just be sitting there like we thought it was gonna rain one day, and we were like stoked. We'd sit down on the couch. Come on, let's get some
I
rain.
know no one understands like how exciting just like rain is. Like you miss rain. I miss the stars. Like you can point out the same 1 or 2 stars at night in that house. So
yeah, we sat around like we wanted to sit under the awnings and just expected a downpour, and then it was just like sprinkling for like 10 minutes. We're like, really? Come on! Like,
I know. And the only time I think it did rain is when we were either locked out. There was a time poor Brittany was out there kicking, bless her heart, kicking that ball. And I was just like, that's the one night that people got to sleep in the backyard. That Brittany got to stay in the backyard and sleep, and it is raining. So, but yeah.
Sleep out there?
Yeah, she couldn't come in the house for 24 hours. Either 24 hours or unless she kicked the ball. Yeah. So that was probably the toughest thing. I had to sit there and watching that because like I didn't realize until after her poor feet.
Yeah, I seen that. I wouldn't have thought that it would have done that to her feet.
Yeah, but hey, it's that's the I don't know. It's hard just seeing anyone like that you care about and love in that house going through anything and struggling. Like we've all had tears in that house. We've all have cried with each other, and even the guys. Like some of the guys, I'm like, even Zach is teared up, and I'm like. What?
Yeah, every guy's cried. I never cried one time in that house. Never, not even
when he tried. He tried to cry and he couldn't.
Oh my goodness,
I tried to cry whenever I was given like it just showed this weird speech that I gave McCrae. But what I had planned on doing, like I gave everybody like really nice things about him. I'm like, Andy, you're this Spencer, you're like an older brother to me. Jenna Marie, all these nice things that I got to McCrae. I was like, McCrae, I'm after you if I stay in this game. And I meant to, like, slam the box down and be like, this veto meeting is adjourned and just walk off. But I was, like, nervous. And then I was like,
oh, if you didn't get nervous.
Like, my mind went blank. I forgot what I was doing. I was like,
yeah, you cannot practice anything you practice that you're going to say. It just does not work in that house. Oh, it is raining.
Unless you're Zach.
Unless you're Zach. Zach is really good. Zach is smart. He's a very smart guy. And I think that guy, honestly, he can whip out anything. And my thing with Zach is when he said what he said to me, which I'm very proud now after knowing Team America, and all that. Like, I'm just like, Zach just wants a reaction. He waits till he gets everyone in the room. He waits till he knows America's even going to see him have this speech. And he is the center of attention to blow up the way he does. Like, because he honestly, I feel like, he does adore and love a lot of people in the house because, I think it's just part of his game and his strategy. But I honestly had to sit back with a little smile on my face and just take it as it was. And, like, I'm not going to let someone like that, get to me because they want a reaction out of me. And I'm sorry, but I've been through a lot of other stuff in my life to a few little words or nothing. So
well, it's so funny because your reaction, Amber, was almost kind of just looking at him like fly shoes.
Yeah,
it was like that. Oh like he didn't affect you.
That's exactly what it was. And he was just like, "You have anything to say for yourself?" No's the only thing I had to say. Like I'm just like, nope. Like, what do you want me to say? Like I'm sitting here at this chair because of all of you. Like, do you want me to like lash out? Like I'm not gonna do it. And I'm not gonna blow up anyone's game. I'm not gonna. And that's what I think were expecting or wanted, or they wanted something to happen. And I don't know. I didn't give it to them, so I didn't give them what they wanted. And I'm sorry they lost the money, but I don't know. That's just me. I'm a strong woman sometimes, so.
You're good on that. I'm too hot-headed. Like Andy was kind of the same way, but it wasn't ever important enough to put on a show. Some of the feeders seen it like. Anytime, like Andy started 2 arguments with me, and both times that he did it, he made sure that he had a little audience around to see,
Right.
And like there was one time, like I was shaving, I just had my underwear on, I was about to get in the shower, and then there I was arguing with Andy, and then the other argument I had was with Amanda, and I had a chicken suit on, so anytime I got in an argument, I looked like a fool, like shaving cream on, underwear, or a chicken suit on. So.
Yeah, he was making you look like a fool, huh?
That
is so funny. No,
or the superhero suit. It's like anytime I was in a you know, I was like, I'm just gonna raise hell for a week, and I just threw some Cliff Bars off the counter, and then I was like, bad move. Maybe I shouldn't act like this, you know?
I know, that is crazy. Like, I remember one time with me and Caleb, and he was just like, so I'm like, this is the one time, this is as angry as I get. This is me being mad right now. This is me upset. And I'm like, okay, like, do I look mad? Like, what is going on? Because you guys are just smiling at me, like.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me, like, because
You're just really kind-hearted, and
it's so hard. I just want to get mad right now.
you know, you can't get mad. I can't cry, so
yeah.
it's just part. Some people can't do certain things, you know, and some people can, you know. Some people can cry at the drop of a hat, you know. Some can get really mad at the drop of a hat. I can.
Yeah. It is what it is. I mean, there was just one certain thing that teared me up in there, and that's just, you know, like I said, it's just my personal life. But I don't know, like I don't know.
Well, we may see some crying tomorrow night with a double eviction.
Yeah.
I think is Zach going?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I've been hearing. I've been keeping up with my Twitter. I've been looking. Last night before bed, I was trying to like just see if there was anything on it because I am interested, of course, and still, you know, with the game. But yeah, I'm trying to catch up. So yeah, I didn't see if there was anything else today on that. So Zach is going home. I wonder how that's gonna.
He doesn't know.
Yeah.
And the detonators. You know about detonators,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I know now. Yeah.
Yeah, the detonators are worried that Zach is going to out them on his way out the door.
Yeah.
So they're going around and telling people that Zach formed this alliance called the Detonators. So they're kind of outing themselves in a way to cover themselves.
He's the type that would go out with a bang if he knew that he was going out. You know,
He
like,
would, and
he would like right now to raise hell, you know.
That's why you don't need to put Zach in any of your alliance. Like, I don't know why people are doing that. You know what I mean? I mean, I feel like they can still keep him there to, like, definitely, you know, if they need him to blow up on somebody or cause drama in the house, they'll keep him there for that reason. But I don't know why anyone in their right mind would keep Zach in their alliance because he's done it once. You know, he'll say whatever. He's a loose cannon. Like, he'll say whatever. And I feel for him, but at the same time, it was Caleb, then, you know, Zach or Frankie out. So at least it's someone that, you know, that I would have had a target on. But, you know, not in a bad way. It's just like it was just they affected my, you know, game at times. But I definitely didn't want to see Zach leave this week because I wanted to, you know, see Caleb out this week.
Yeah.
And I think that Zach definitely is a fun one to keep in the house for, you know, the game, just because he's a funny guy. So I don't know, it might be crickets in the house after Thursday.
I don't know. So, I think after some people leave, other people get a little bit more comfortable and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's just how I feel like it was with us. Like, after one person would leave, you'd see other people get a little bit more comfortable in the house and stuff. So, I don't know. I think once the twist is done, it'll heat up a little bit, I think.
You guys think the twist is done tomorrow night with double, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, I think so. What are you talking about with B.O.B.?
Yeah, I think it would be too, because I don't know how they'd have the time to do all of that in an hour.
Plus, you're going to be putting up half of that house, like, all against each other. Like, yeah, I think it would be one HOH. B.O.B. would, I think, be done.
Yeah, I think so, too. And so they'll do
POB. Yeah.
Last season, this was when Candace and I were evicted, and they got rid of the twist.
Oh, okay.
So it would make sense, but you know they might try to make it a little different too. You never know with them people.
I know.
Does that mean that you hope either Caleb or Frankie go out second, Amber?
Definitely Caleb. Yeah, Frankie. The only reason with Caleb and Frankie, I wanted to see them. I would even, now that I know the whole thing with Frankie, I'd much rather see Zach go last out of all those three. Just because, you know, Caleb, because he hurt how he hurt my game. Frankie, because I was a pawn to him, or I was put up by him twice, and so it's just like I would have much rather seen Zach go, you know, last. Now that I see how the house is working together and how everything's being played in the house, and a lot of these people are blind to it, just like I was, you know, and I think it's I definitely would have much rather seen Caleb or Frankie go, you know. now, and then, I mean, you know, and then Zach. But I mean, it is a game. Like I said, you know, they do what's best for them, and maybe Frankie's next. I don't know. Maybe Zanky can be together in the jury, and they'll be happy again, and no hard feelings. So.
Well, it looks like Christine may. I think there's 4 of them right now that are targeting Christine for this week.
Wow.
Okay. She might be the one to go.
Oh wow. Okay. And see, that's the thing. Like I was telling, like I really wish it's so aggravating. It gets like I wish the girls could have worked together in that way. And Christine would have like listened to me about working with me and Nicole, and I would have been fine even holding on to Hayden, you know.
Yeah.
Just for the game, like since they are all together. But I even came to them both and was like, I think we should work together, you know. And I mean, because Christine is just being used in the way that I was used, and maybe she doesn't see it, but we needed to take out a lot of the guys because they're going to take out every girl they can, you know. And I mean, it sucks because I definitely would have loved working with them and getting as far as I could, you know, because they are very, very smart. And when it comes to any kind of endurance or anything, I feel like I can hold on, or I got this. Sorry, or I got this. So,
like you could have.
It's been a good team.
If it makes you feel better, it's probably a good thing you didn't, because Nicole and Christine have split up. Christine just doesn't know it yet.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Oh, I haven't. I need to catch up, man.
Me too. I'm a little behind because I mean I've been out of town and stuff, so I've only seen the PBS show, so I don't know. I need to get on BBLsummer.com and check it out.
Oh, I see that at the bottom.
Yeah. What's your website, Amber? You have a website, right?
Yeah. What is my website? It's Amber Borzotra or Eavesdropping.com. Someone else balled out my name, so I had to do Eavesdropping.com.
Crazy.
I know. It is crazy.
Whenever Dani set up me a website one time, and then some moron writes me this letter on eBay or eBay message, and was like, "Hey, do you want to buy it?" And it looked like JuddNation.com, and I was like, "What are you trying?" I thought like it was like somebody like trying to scam. And they were trying to sell it to me for. I was like, what? And they were trying to sell it to me for like $1,000 or something. I was like, remember that, Dani? I was like, what the world? It was just some scam, some little scam. Like I don't even think that they knew that I had a website yet.
Right.
And they changed like 2 letters of my last name, so it was unnoticeable if you just glanced at it.
Oh goodness. Yeah, that's my thing. My family's been awesome. Like I wasn't expecting them to work as hard as they did. And just like keeping up with everything and my Twitter and my Instagram and everything while I was gone, and they have been just diamonds. Like it's been awesome to come back and be like, wow, like I don't even need to like worry so much, you know. But I am back on my Instagram. I'm back on my, you know, my Twitter, Facebook here and there. But yeah, and then you know my Twitter, Amber Borzotra, it's, you know, same thing. The at @Borzotra, I had to do that as well. So, but yeah, it's been. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check out everything. I think I want to read. I've been trying to read as many blogs as I can and like kind of figure out stuff and see what people think. But I don't know. I need to catch up. You guys have kind of given me a lot of information. I need to catch up on some stuff.
I wrote some about you on Big Brother Network last week. So you have to check that out. I'll find the link. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me. Anything you guys have, I'd love to read up on. Like, and just repost again, like, and you know, put it on everything. And I'm loving these videos that people are making of me, like the flawless one and the glamorous one on YouTube. Yeah. So I have to give a shout out to those. You know, those ladies are, that did it. So I am very. That was flattering.
They're so passionate about Big Brother. The fans, like, there might be some bad, like, you'll see these crazy Twitter things, just block those. But most of the fans
I'm not worried. Yeah,
so great. Like they're so awesome, and like I can't more. You know, it's awesome whenever you go to an event and you get to meet them face to face and stuff, and just like meet the people that supported you while you were that you wouldn't meet otherwise, like besides your family and stuff.
Exactly.
Dani and my Aunt Amy and some of my best friends like Billy and some other people worked on my Twitter and stuff like that while I was gone, and you know, so that's a big deal. You don't realize it until you're out. Like it would be horrible to have to start from scratch yourself.
Right.
Yeah, it's great that you have a family that's there to do that.
I couldn't ask for anyone better. Like,
Yeah, I've talked to them. You know, I love your family. I can't wait to meet them in person. I can't wait to meet you in person. Hopefully next week.
Yeah, when you get back, you said the 12th.
Yeah, I get back Tuesday. So.
Okay, so next week for sure. I mean, I can cook and clean. So if your place is messy or if you're hungry, I'm right here. So like, just call me over a few hours before, and I'd love to help you out. No, I'm just joking. But seriously, no, we all should get together. That would be awesome.
We're going to hang out a lot. Like,
okay.
I definitely look forward to it. You're even better than I imagined. I think that you're by far the best person we've had on Eavesdropping. I can say that.
Oh, you're lovely. Thank you.
And you know, we've had Ian and everybody on here, so no, you're awesome, and we'll be hanging out soon.
Okay.
Anything else you want to plug in, like
No, I mean, I just, like I said before.
Yes, you do. You want to put your Team Amber T-shirts.
Yes, my Team Amber, my family made for me. I need to find. I have one. Actually, I'll get my thing that they made me. It's on there. I'll show you. Hang on.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's over here.
Okay, so let's plug Judd Nation T-shirts while we're waiting. Go to juddnation.com and get your JUDD Party Darty T-shirt or your I Know Judd T-shirt. Both are currently on sale, but only for a limited time.
Yeah, and we got some cool videos on there too, so check out the videos and stuff that we've done in the past.
Yeah.
It's a really awesome website.
Okay, you there?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know which one's left and which one's right. Okay, this is what my family made me. It has my Team Amber shirt. And I could put my team.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's going to go right here. So, yeah, Team Amber is support. It's my little face, one of my modeling things my sister and her husband drew up. So, but yeah, isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's Team Amber for sure. We're supporting cancer. My father has had it. My stepfather passed away about 2 years from cancer, and also for Frankie, his grandfather, and we even posted that on there. Everything that we do get, from that is going to go towards, cancer. So we're just sponsoring it. They're Team Amber shirts. You can find it, on my Twitter, the link to it, my Instagram, there's a link under there as well. But I think it's for a good cause.
That's amazing.
My family is awesome, so I have to give them, props for doing that while I was, on the show, and also them even thinking about one of the other house guests, and their family as well. So I definitely am happy, and, that they, did this for me while I was, gone. So, yeah, Team Amber. You can go on, like I said, Twitter, even Facebook or Instagram, and the link's there.
Yeah, for sure. I think I follow you on Instagram.
I have to make sure you do. You gotta be looking at that handsome face every now and then.
Thank you, darling.
Yeah.
You're the best, and we're gonna have a blast. And thanks so much for taking some time out of your day to talk to us.
Thank you.
Hit me up anytime. I know what you went through, you know what I went through, so we got that to relate to forever. So
yeah, I thank you so much for both of you guys taking out the time today to speak to me. I really appreciate it. Cannot wait to meet you guys. Hopefully next week. Safe travels, Judd. And I hope to see you soon. But yeah, and check out the website too. Was it aborzotra.com? Definitely everything.
Yeah, we'll put a link up or something. But
yeah, you're awesome.
Thanks so much. Give your family my love.
I will.
And I'll be talking to you soon. I'll probably text you later or something.
Okay, that sounds good. Bye, guys. Much love.
Bye. Thanks, Amber.
Yeah, thank you. Let me know that story. You guys have my number. Just text me or call me whenever you're done or whatever. And I want to hear the story that you guys were talking about.
Well, just hang on here for a second.
Okay.
Just hang on, and I'll end it, and then we'll chat privately.
Yeah, thanks guys for listening to us on Eavesdropping this week. Hopefully we'll be back next week, and I might be in.
What do you mean hopefully? Why wouldn't we be back?
Well, I was thinking Tuesday, and I'd still be in Arkansas, but I'll be back. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be here next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.